Good day, my fellow nerds, and welcome back to the corner of Remnant. I'm your host, Larissa, the Nerd of Buzz, and I am joined by my co-host.
Hey, I'm Emperial Dawn. I'm a RWBY fan artist.
Yay! We nailed the intro! We're getting this low, you know, how many episodes has this been?
Yeah, to be fair, you always did it fine. I always just tried to make some fun of it. Didn't always turn out super well, but got it good there.
Oh, I never really introduced properly, so
No.
also said that.
Anyway,
So it's that it's
been
over.
there,
something
done
like
there. We're good now.
that. We're good. We're good. I think we're good.
We're good.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi. Yes, hello, Guardian. Hello, Jenna the Human. Hello, everyone else who is lurking. And also, I just wanted to let you guys know too, I set up a new thing called Tweet Alerts. So if you retweet our tweets, our Going Live tweets, or anything with the Corner of Remnant hashtag in it, it will pop up on the stream. So you'll see that down there. Where did I put it? No, I put it up there. I put it above the chat. That's what I moved it, didn't I? I don't know what I am doing.
I mean, you know, none of us do.
No, how
It's all
long have
fine.
we been doing this for? I don't know.
Good question. I think. Has it only been just over a year? It feels like it's been longer than that, but
Yeah.
we started at the start of Volume 5, so it'd only be just over a year.
We did. Yeah, so it has just been over a year of us doing
Wow,
the Corner of
feels
Remnants.
like it's been so much longer than that.
Yeah, and we've only really just got the intro sorted, like, midway this season.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, well, yes. But today we are discussing Chapter 10 of RWBY Volume 6, which is exciting. So we'll go over the episode and our thoughts, and then we'll answer any questions you have at the end. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. But yeah, feel free to post your comments in your questions in the comments section below, words, and we will answer them.
Yeah. No matter how you absorb this content, VOD, live, YouTube, Twitch, whatever, any small support is really appreciated. Especially on days like this when we know that there's a lot of other content out there today.
Yes, there is.
So anyone that decides to tune in here, even just for a second to say hi or whatever, it is appreciated, guys.
We
You know,
do. We
We're here
appreciate it.
we're here just to discuss RWBY, and we'd love you guys to join along.
Yep.
But you know, that's fine. That's fine if you don't have stuff to do, or we're not your favorite
Exactly.
creators, or whatever. You know, whatever works.
Even if you got like 3 or 4 RWBY podcasts open at the moment, it's totally cool.
I mean, that's true. There's nothing stopping you from doing that.
Yeah, well, yeah, because there's
true.
quite a few others who are live at the moment. So
Yes, scheduling can be difficult,
Yeah.
but I understand. Life happens. You know,
Mhm.
it's not a vendetta against us, even though we've
No.
had this day and this time slot for a year plus. But
yeah.
regardless,
We used to shuffle it around, trying not to overlap the other podcasts, but it just became a mess. So now it's like,
Yeah.
no, set time. If we get overlapped, well, so be it.
it's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Pyrrha is fine. Nothing bad ever happened.
Ever.
Except for last week. Much sad bad Pyrrha happened
Oh yeah.
last week. Not a
And
ghost,
possibly
though.
next chapter bad things may be happening, so...
Before we get into that, we'll just wrap up a few little hints and rumours that have been flying around
Yes.
the RWBY verses of late. But we will mention that there are a few clips out there of episode 11, but we will not be discussing anything
No.
from RWBY Rewind, not the exclusively released video they posted, and also posted on their Twitter this morning as well. We won't be discussing anything to do with chapter 11, except for maybe the title, episode length, if that comes out during the stream.
Don't know if
Which
that has come out. I haven't looked.
I will double check now.
Cool.
But that'll be the only episode 11 thing we'll discuss, is
Yes.
the title and length, if that comes out during the episode. But it hasn't been a lot of the past volume. They've been good on keeping it quite well hidden right up until the release.
Yeah.
They typically come out while I'm at work, so that's about like nighttime for us. Hey, Hell's Army there with the tweet.
Hell's Army, yes.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly sitting correctly. It depends on the size of the tweet.
Work in progress, guys. We just started. We're getting there.
We're getting there. I just got the Twitter Let's to work. Yay! So...
We'll get there. But like I said, a few things of note.
yeah.
Rooster Teeth have recently come out and said that they are I don't know the particular details they mentioned, but basically the Rooster Teeth website should be better optimized now, or soon to be better optimized. So loading and stuff should be easier for people. Because that's a big thing that I have experienced, but clearly not as much as people. Not this RWBY Volume has been fine.
Yeah, I just noticed, well, those who watch my reactions will know I sometimes get a little hiccup at the start, and sometimes it'll just stop completely in the intro, though that could be my internet. But the hiccup at the start is
especially
definitely...
for us Australians, that's definitely a possibility. The hiccup is just a thing. I think that's just how the video player works.
It's fine. It's just a little thick.
Yeah, that's just the video reloading and then going back a few seconds, which I actually don't mind that it goes back a few seconds when it reloads or goes up in quality, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, which is all fine. It's only a little hiccup. But, we could have taken fix a lot of the issues.
So it makes funny things for recording issues and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I will say that must be a real pain for people who don't record their reaction while they watch it.
Yeah.
Who we put the video at a later point, that's got to be a real pain in the ass for them.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people used to do that. A lot of reactors used to do that. Wait till it's up on YouTube, then they'll download the video, then pop it into their reaction video. But then you had to wait for it to be on YouTube, and then... Yeah, and then, of course, the syncing issues. I think
people who even screen recapped it did it later because they didn't want to have that running at the same time as their webcam and all their audio stuff.
Yeah. I know a couple do that, actually.
But I know a lot of people now just don't have the intro because they don't have the hiccup, or they load it, get the hiccup, then restart, then go through it.
Well, what I did last time with Chapter 10, actually, which worked really well for me, is I had it play through... like half of the intro to begin with, and then I just dragged it back to the start of the intro.
Yeah, let the hiccup happen, then drag it back.
And also, it did stop in the intro, as my internet does, so I reloaded it, had a playthrough, put it back, and it worked perfectly, so...
Yeah, I made the mistake of, because for RWBY for the longest time, I'd always stay up and watch it, then go to sleep, or watch the reaction and go to sleep. I didn't do that last week. Oh, no, I haven't been doing that for, like, half of this volume. I've just been... because my sleeping schedule's just been getting better, so I haven't been able to stay up that late, otherwise I feel terrible the day next.
Plus, it's at 3 a.m. our time, just so you guys know. For context, it's 3 a.m. in the morning for us when it drops.
I tried to do that. I tried to stay up to watch the episode last week. I don't remember if I did or not. I think I might have. I don't remember. But I remember not drawing on the Sunday for that reason, because I just didn't have that. I had family stuff on as well that day, to be fair. But I woke up that day and I was just pacing around the house the entire day, just being like, why am I not drawing? I don't want to draw. So that was why there wasn't anything super relevant to that episode. They went up on Monday. But I made up for that because I did the full blog post that came out today. As this went live, the full blog, Chapter 10 review, written review, all that stuff was with the Blake artwork that was posted today. So
I haven't seen that yet, of course, because it would have just probably gone up just as we went live. It
was an angry cat. I won't go with the word I was going to go with there. Let's go cat.
I can't. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, I like it.
So, what other stuff was coming up throughout the week apart from my art? Yay! And a few other posts. There was, I think Jen mentioned something coming up. She was teasing something.
Okay.
Kira or something.
Did she? I missed that. I know she confirmed.
That's what you were referring to. Oh, okay.
So I retweeted a tweet recently from, it was a clip from one of her streams where Jen Brown confirmed that the red-haired woman wasn't a spirit. That it was a real person.
It was a real person in some regard.
Yeah. She didn't, of course, say who or...
I don't think she's allowed to. Even if
I don't think she probably would be allowed to.
Because she did say, like, what I'm allowed to tell you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to look up Jen Brown now because I think she tweeted out something else about something.
She may have and I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought that's... Okay, hey RWBY fans, I've got something to show you next week that you're going to be real happy about, just a teaser. So it could be something... Could be anything. Could be nothing related to RWBY. So it could be a piece of fan art or something like that she's coming up with. I don't know. So that could be anything.
Yes.
We know that Aaron has been teasing something, but something that I don't think is relevant to the episode. I think something else.
Well, she mentioned at a convention earlier on, it was last year, saying that one of her favourite voice lines for RWBY in total is coming up in this volume.
I will say, she has said that every volume since Volume 4.
Yeah.
She has. And I know for a fact she has.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's from Chapter 11. But yeah.
I'm hoping for a lot of Adam and Blake stuff in Chapter 11.
Hey, Dallasy.
Huh?
Dallasy just retweeted your tweet.
That one I'm definitely excited for. I'm definitely excited for that. I'm trying to think if there was anything. Yeah, so Aaron teased something.
Yes.
But again, I think that was something. She said something about Monday. I think that was something other than the episode.
Okay.
I think maybe like RWBY Rewind, maybe, but I'm not certain if that's what she was referring to. So, but she said recording, and those are done live. So I don't know if that's the case. But God, there are things in the air. There are things in the air for RWBY this week. A lot of different puzzle pieces are going everywhere.
We're nearing the end of the volume, so the hype is real, and everyone is excited, and we all have been dying this last week waiting for chapter 11. So
me especially, because I wasn't the biggest fan of chapter 10.
Okay.
It was around there, like chapter 4, chapter 8. It felt to me a bit more like a setup episode, this one.
Well, yeah, it was definitely set up. I still really enjoyed it. I loved the humor in it.
I did.
I liked the serious, tense moments, but there was a lot of funny moments as well going on. I just really enjoyed it. So, yeah, I
do think, as much of it as like a, oh my god, I can't be complaining about that, the length did hurt it, I think.
Yeah, it was a little short, but...
It was a little... Again, if it's set up...
It's a setup one. It's bridging between chapters 9 to 11.
Yeah, so. It's gonna be just an extended version of this episode. Will be the next one. It won't be like jumping into anything else. It'll probably just be more of the
Hey, Corey.
big boot, robot fight and the Toradona fight, most likely. Hey, guys. Thanks everyone who can pop in and stuff.
Hey, Chazo. Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Haven't quite gotten into the episode yet.
No, we just sort of
beforehand.
Talk about our overall thoughts of the episode first, and some news and things we've heard during the week, and I don't know what else I was gonna say. I'm just my brain is not working.
Just doing a little bit of spring cleaning for the RWBY and what's happening over the past week with a few tweets and such, but. I think then we can probably get into the episode then.
Yeah. We can get into. I guess we'll talk about the first scene, of course, with at the Argus military base. Weiss was about to board the plane there with Saffron and Adrian and Cordovan there and the guards. I like that scene a lot, actually.
Yeah, I was really surprised we jumped into this so quickly.
Yeah.
I was expecting more of like a heist style like setup.
Would have been cool if they had done that, like the plan. This is the plan on like a black whiteboard or something.
A lot of jump cuts and like fades and stuff between like different like stages of the plan and stuff, and like Jean being like if everyone ever seen like any of the Achievement Hunter GTA style heist videos, something like that, that'd been really funny. It'd been a good call to those videos because they've done a few like Achievement Hunter and like obviously other Rooster Teeth references in the show. One thing Yisa mentioned of Rewind is that the again, jumping on the episode, I apologize. That since we're talking about referencing, I don't know what to call it. I don't know if it has a name, but the big brute robot.
Yeah, the mecha.
Is not in any way. It's completely coincidental with Genlock. It's not intentional. It's not a reference. It was a planned thing. It was always happened to have this.
Yeah, it was gonna happen.
It's not. Let's put in a giant mech because of Genlock. No, I'm tired of Rooster Teeth doing that. I'm tired of...
I said in my reaction, I'm getting Genlock vibes here, but, whether or not that was coincidental,
again,
but...
I will love Genlock. I know I will. But until RWBY's done, I don't give a shit.
We need RWBY over first.
I know. That's wrong with me. I'm the bad guy here. I get that. Okay. I'm not saying I'm not. But
talking on that subject, so Gray recently did a post on the Rooster Teeth website. You may have seen it floating around. If not, I definitely recommend people go read it because it talks about the episode of Genlock. So episode 1 and 2 are going to be released on the same day as the RWBY finale. Us reactors are hating that right now.
It's only 8 episodes.
Yeah, I believe it is only 8.
I thought it was very surprising. I don't
said the following 6.
8 or 6 or something like that, yeah.
So episode 1 will be out for everyone, out for the public, out for everyone. Episode 2 is going to be first only. Just on the Rooster Teeth
website, though. It's not going to be on YouTube. I think it's only on the Rooster Teeth website.
Yeah, I believe it's on the Rooster Teeth website, but it'll be everyone will be able to watch it.
You just got to go there to watch. I don't think you'll need an account or anything.
You don't need an account. You can just go straight there. First exclusive. I believe it's going to be first exclusive for the first 7 days, like RWBY, but nothing in the post confirmed that. But that's sort of what I'd
imagine so.
Yeah. So it'll be episode 1 out for everyone. Episode 2 will be out as well, but only for first members.
Yeah.
As well as the RWBY finale, of course, for first members. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exact times those are being uploaded, if they're around the same time, or if it's different times of the day, or
I
what.
think it mentioned in the post, I think episode 1 is going to be, I think they're going to be just before the RWBY finale. So I think they're popping out first, but just beforehand, but I could be wrong. I think he did mention that in the post.
Okay.
Yeah, so expect that all around the time of the RWBY finale. And if you see some reactors like saying, to record 3 videos, that's why. It's going to be a busy one.
I'm just glad, and as much as weird as it might sound at first, I'm just glad that this probably means we're not getting RWBY Chibi immediately after RWBY.
No, I say we're not.
They did that last season, and as an artist, that killed me. Granted, I was moving and didn't have internet for the first, chunk of Chibi, so it didn't end up mattering. But it was still frustrating to know, I have to draw, I can't upload, so at least now I get a break.
Yep.
That's a selfish thing, I'm just saying. But we haven't heard anything about RWBY Chibi, if it is coming back for season 4.
I don't know, I haven't heard anything. So, season 3 was very short. It was not the usual length of episodes. It was really all over the place. Throughout
the year. Obviously changing schedules and stuff. And same with this, the RWBY season as well, changed schedules, same with Genlock, it's all just...
And Nomad and Nomad was in there as well, so everything was sort of shuffled around.
I think the Nomad, start, I think that was all planned, I think that one was. But, it'll be interesting to see, now Rooster Teeth's hopefully not bringing in any new IPs this year. They can get everything on lock, no pun intended. Get everything streamlined for the next year in terms of releases and scheduling and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They've done good this year, despite all of the changes in scheduling, or at least it seems like they've had the freedom to change up scheduling for resource purposes.
Yeah.
Because obviously with Volume 5, one of the big things was, we assumed that they had to get 14 episodes out in 14 weeks, only one break off, or otherwise, I forgot what their parent company is called. We need content, push this content out. No Corner of Remnants or no World of Remnants or anything like that. Whereas this, with all their animations, they've been able to take breaks, stop and start, if they can't get stuff done.
Yep.
Which hopefully is the case, or even them pulling back an episode, is good, I think.
I agree, Chosa. I believe they did play more of the Chibi episodes, but just due to
they definitely it was definitely planned to go longer. I mean, Coco was one of the big hints revealed. She never showed up. So I don't remember. They didn't even end up having a Christmas episode this year, did they? Or did they?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They had a Halloween one, which was Ruby's birthday ween.
Was that? I thought that was season 2.
Maybe that was season 2.
And that wasn't even a special. That was during the regular season.
That was during the regular season. I probably just mixed them all up. They're all melding into one.
Yeah, that's true. RWBY Chibi, it does all meld into one. But back to episode
chapter 10. Yes.
I liked the airplane scene. It was cool. Getting more mentions of winter. It's nice. You're taking after your sister. I was like, yeah.
I love Liza's face expressions in this scene as well. The rolling of the eyes and the big grin, That's funny.
Do hate to be, I guess, on the down. Because I love being positive. Some of the animations episode I don't think was incredible.
There was some little errors, but
the suitcase seemed way too light if Maria was in it, but Weiss was moving it around, but then the guards struggling to hold it. She pulled up the ramp.
It was on wheels, but yeah.
I know it's just that annoys me more than say the motorbike being able to pull the trailer. To me, the motorbike could in theory be powerful enough to do it. Sure, it's a Remnant, but Weiss being able to pull it so easily up the very vertical ramp, but then the guards struggling to pull it up. It was just weird. I don't know. Again,
I get what you mean, though.
That's nitpicking. And some of the Blake and Adam fight seemed a little rushed and nitpicky. But again, I'm nitpicking. But for a setup episode, it doesn't really matter. Because this is meant to be a one episode that's super long, but they just cut it in half kind of thing. So they're going to focus more hopefully on the more important episode, and stuff. I'd like to think. That's how I take it, at least.
I really liked in this one Adrian and his cry, and I loved his animations with him.
Yeah, no, that was
freaking
so awesome.
out and stuff. Thank you for the follow. And
Yeah.
I liked if you watch him in that particular scene without focusing on Weiss. I actually just focused on him, like he's cooling on Saffron's head
Yeah.
and everything. It's so
And
funny.
she's still like in the position of holding him, but he's like all
He's-
over his head. No, and that was a nice use of characters into the chocker in there. You know, just because like, oh, she's been staying with me while we're in August, so let's send her back. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of like a nice touch to have
Yeah.
Saffron and Adrian there, and then obviously Terra helping Blake. Like it was very nice touches to get more characters into the scene.
Absolutely. To
You know,
actually
you could have had you could have anyone. I mean, you know, you could have had Crow or anyone like that. But I guess it makes sense to put in Saffron because Cordovan would know who they were. Anyway, I'm just saying.
Yep.
I think it was nice.
Yes. Yeah.
What
No,
I
I
was
think it was
trying.
good. Yeah. I really
Nice.
liked that scene. It was good. And then.
Then we move over to them at the cliffs, and then we move
Yes.
into Blake and Yang driving towards the radio tower. The cliff stuff I think was just them talking
About the plan.
about
And
plans.
yeah.
I don't know if this was the scene, but I like that we finally got the return to old John. This felt it wasn't much, but
It's all going according to
much.
plan.
Like this felt like Volume 3, Volume 2 John.
Yeah.
I know like people talk about like character progression and stuff, but I don't think it's. I like the idea of a character being themselves, going through trauma, and then getting back to themselves. I think that's still character progression. You could say it's returning to the status quo, but I think it's still the change of getting back to his old self. You know, now that he finally came to peace with the whole Pyrrha stuff. You know, again, it was short and sweet. I love Ren and Nora just being like looking at him like being happy that he's kind of
I love the sort of the look at each other and sort of like it was really cute.
Yeah. Another last nod was Blake like saying this isn't the first time she just stayed with Atlas Security.
Yes.
I really like that, and like Terra just wasn't impressed.
Terra's like never happened.
This conversation never happened.
happened.
Yeah, I loved it. She obviously didn't have as big as a role as we all thought she would. Which I didn't think she was gonna have a huge role.
No, possibility, but.
Well, yeah, that's true, but she still could have a bigger role. But like, you know, it wasn't like her sneaking them into the radio tower and calling for help. Like, it was just more like, hey, disable the systems.
Yes.
I'm out of it.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It makes sense because I don't think she's a super willing character to, and that's why she's like, this didn't happen, kind of thing. I help you, but this didn't happen.
Yes, but she doesn't want to affect her job either. So.
Yeah. One of the big points coming into this next little bit, regardless of shipping, of course, I feel like I always have to make that clear. The thing I really liked about this, I don't think I really noticed it the first time. I think someone had to mention it to me, and I wrote about it a bit in my in the post for the Blake pick. That this time, although it wasn't, they weren't separating like strongly, like you know, for a long time, but Yang let Blake go this time.
Yes, she did.
That was something that was very
just
focused
go.
on the scene. It was like, you know, it's like
Yeah.
it was like letting her go.
Yes.
There's something else. There is something else. I don't remember exactly what it's referencing to.
Yeah.
There's something I think Tumblr being Tumblr. the hand sign that Blake made as she ran off was, I think, the sign language sign for love or lesbian or one of the two.
Okay, I didn't even pick that
Again,
up.
it's Tumblr reaching. I'm sure it is. I just like, because you know, like she's like, it's like snaking isn't exactly. You're great, and you're awesome. Like she made a weird.
Oh, I thought she more holding her hands like this.
No,
Right.
I think that's I'm agreeing with you. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, for people who are reaching out there, for the bombies out there who are reaching, that's there for you, whether there was intended or not.
I didn't even know there was a hand sign for that. I should take
Yeah,
note
well,
of it.
yeah. No, I do love this interaction a lot. And to me it felt so much more like back to normal and not shipping.
Yeah, I love the
Second-
interaction
that's
between the two. It definitely felt more like back to the usual back to normal camaraderie they had back in the previous volumes, where you know, they joke between each other like, it's not your, you know, strength's not your stealth's not your strength, but you're great and I'll hurry back.
You're great, and I loved it. I did like this is one of the first times that I guess in a long time that I really felt the connection between the two.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I see where people are coming from now. That was cute. Like regardless of
cute.
shipping, that was cute as hell.
Yeah,
That was adorable. It was like,
and just
okay,
the look they gave each other as well.
Okay,
I was
Bumpy,
like,
I'll give you this. I'll give you that one. That one I'll let you have because that was adorable.
Yeah, I saw that. Chose. I saw a pic of that on Twitter. I don't know if I put it in the Discord, but yeah, how she had her hands up like this.
Yeah.
I was like, Gromit, how?
Ooh,
Some
cheese.
cheese. I not
God,
Gromit.
that's a hell of an old reference.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But no, I did really like that little interaction. It was cute. I really liked it. Then then we cut back to Weiss and Maria in the plane.
Yes.
Maria, you know, like, oh, I was the best huntress of my generation. Like, it doesn't mean you can fly a plane.
Exactly. No buts.
I wasn't sure if the sensory device hooked her into like the plane's navigation or it actually fixed her eyes. I don't know which one. I
think it hooked her into the plane's navigation, but that was just my thought. I don't think it fixed her eyes as such, but more it hooked her up directly into the plane's navigation so she could see everything.
That's more or less what I thought.
Yeah.
Nice little interaction between those two. The animation of this I really, really liked. Just like Weiss's expressions.
Yeah. The only thing, and Beck pointed it out to me, was that Weiss was shown to have a seatbelt on before she actually buckled it on.
I didn't even notice.
And I didn't even notice it either.
And that's what I mean. There were a few oversights like in like little rushed animations in this episode. But you know, I don't think
bail back. Bail. I'm rude.
No, but I loved Weiss's expressions here where it's like I thought you knew their jargon. Jargon was fine, but our pilots are not women, and she's like just a lot of really
my mind is really going.
Yeah, it's like, and Maria isn't helping. Like, I really like the interactions between those two a lot.
Yeah, and I love Maria's interactions with Cordovan as well. And also that scene with Cordovan.
No.
With Cordovan was when she was they realised the ship coming back was their own ship, and the other guy in the background, his eyes when she's having her rant. It's so funny.
Yeah. I mentioned back in episode 8 that although Cordovan represents a lot of good in storytelling, is Beck not seeing the hair?
No, well, she didn't pop into the stream last week, so.
Oh wow, big fan. Really. Blame that on a bunch of drunk friends at New Year's Eve. They thought it'd be funny.
It was a story.
I'm kidding. Relax. Go work. Hope your stream was good.
It's streamlined.
Yes, very streamlined.
Sorry.
Thinking. Yeah, so it's like I mentioned back in episode 8, I didn't like Cordovan at first.
Yeah.
She's like a one-dimensional character. She's like a meant to be hated character. Blah 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 blah. But I did like how she was the representation of everything we've been told about Atlas.
Yeah.
Like,
Atlas is great.
Like why I like her so much. One, because this episode, just her attitude, especially she was in the mech. It's like, okay, now I like this chick. But also because, again, like, she represents everything she's meant to. She's meant to be Atlas personified, which we hadn't actually gotten in the show yet.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, I really liked her. But this episode, just while she was in the mech, I really, really liked.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and this is a reminder. Like, voice acting was really good.
The voice acting was really good.
Whereas I didn't like the voice acting a lot in episode 8. Really liked it in this episode a lot.
Yeah. I guess for now we've got a bit more of an idea of a character and...
Yeah. And that's something, like, as a first introduction, I was like, but now they got, like, her in action and then thought about how she represents Atlas. I was like, okay, now I really like her. But, of course, she won't be a very liked character in the grand scheme of things because all RWBY fans are critics and writers and blah, 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 blah. But I like her for what she is. For what she is, I really like her.
Yeah, no, I really like her too. And I still just love her and Maria's interactions. And Maria eating the cashews. This is the sound of me not caring. Oh, it's so funny. I just love that old scene.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And that's also too, like, her and Maria having that connection adds so much. It just makes the world feel much bigger. Than Maria just being this out of nowhere character that's chucked in there. The fact that these two have a history.
They have a history.
Really adds to both of their characters a lot.
It does. It sort of has them a bit more involved in the whole story rather than just being sort of out.
Yeah, rather than just being like a shoehorned in character, no pun intended, because she's the lady in the shoe.
Yeah, she's the
I guess that is, she's not the Queen of Hearts, I guess she's the lady in the shoe.
Yeah, because I still thought she was the Queen of Hearts,
she's both. And I think she's kind of meant to be a little bit of both.
Yeah, I can definitely see both there. I think her name and inspiration is
I always forget where the lady in the shoe comes from. Because I know obviously Queen of Hearts is from Alice in Wonderland.
It's an old sort of like children's story.
Yeah,
it's been years since I've read it, but Or
Yeah,
heard
and
of it.
that's just one where like the lady lives in a giant shoe, right?
Yeah, yeah, lady who lives in the giant shoe.
Because I have an idea of what I'm thinking of, but I don't know if it's right. I think I'm thinking about the right old fairy tale. I think.
Yeah, I can't remember what exactly it was called, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
the story of the lady who lived in a shoe, in a giant
Yes.
shoe. Yeah.
And that was a nice hint also by Nora that no one noticed.
Yeah, it looks like a giant
Well,
boot.
well, yeah, people did notice it, but not to this degree. That'd be
Yeah.
like a giant mech.
So that was funny. Yeah.
And I think even Miles mentioned it, or whoever was on RWBY One that week, which I think was Miles, even mentioned that when they went to design the city, that designed the Argo space to look like a boot. And the fact that no one, like, I mean,
I didn't really pick out it looking like a
jump to
boot.
the conclusion that the whole base is actually just a mech inside of a mountain.
Yeah.
Granted, would have been a stretch, but I'm very surprised I didn't really see anyone kind of make up to that. And it's really satisfying to see, mechs in RWBY, because like, Volume 2, Volume 3, like, that's what RWBY was.
Yeah.
And to go back to that doesn't feel quite the same, just because it's not the same kind of mech.
No.
But it does feel very satisfying.
It's good to see that again, and
using more like the
see that technology that we originally really liked back in Volume 2.
And also, one of the things, because you've mentioned this a few times, that, you want to see like dust used more in the series and stuff.
Yeah.
And the more I think about it, it's like, I guess there's at least a reason why they don't. Because, again, of the embargo and all that. Like, there just isn't much dust in the world right now.
That's true. It is a bit limited.
In Atlas.
Yeah.
So, and imagine how much dust they're wasting on this mech.
Yeah, well, it used lightning attack, so...
Yeah, so any dust that's coming into Remnant is being hoarded in Anima, is being hoarded in Argus anyway, and just used to power this damn thing. But then, like, once the jets aren't scrambled, the mech comes out.
Yep, and we also had that other little scene with Crow as well in the middle there.
Well,
so,
I'm just about to
cool.
into that.
Yeah.
Crow, finally kind of comes to this realization that, this isn't about my semblance, this isn't about my attitude, this isn't about being drunk, this is about that we've dragged you kids into a situation, and now, Maria and Weiss could be well on the way to being killed, all you guys are into this, and this isn't about being killed. We've gotten to a situation now where we're going to be arrested, we're going to be...
Yeah.
We're not like dying for what you believe in is one thing, but we didn't need to take this step, and we're going to be arrested or killed or
he's worried about their futures as well and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, like not just me, Oz, the others, we've all dragged you into this unnecessarily, and another really cool speech by RWBY coming a little common at this point, which I don't know if it's good or a bad thing, but. The fact that it ended with the whole, like, how do you,
you grow up so fast.
That
good role
like,
models.
Okay. Like, I like it if you get that's the spin you're gonna have on it. It was just showing that off. Like, I like it when you say it like that. And I have good role models and stuff, and it was really, really nice touch. But the plan obviously was, cut out the tower, so that way when Weiss, they can leave the communications and then come pick them up without anyone tracking them, because the communications will be down. They go to pick up Team RWBY, and obviously communications are still up, and they realize what's going on.
Yes.
The reason why that is, and I didn't realize it the first time, that obviously the Adam Blake is a flashback.
Well, yeah,
very slight flashback.
Yeah, it was set a little bit earlier on because it was with the scroll, because it was when she first dropped out.
Yeah, why is the radar?
Radar still up? Yeah.
Which I was like, huh? Why'd you say that again? That was weird. But it's because it's meant to be like, oh, it was back then when she said it the first time, and
and Ruby saying Blake isn't responding.
It was Adam's first. It was Adam who crushed it, which
I thought it was Blake originally. But no, it was definitely Adam's, but because it had a bit of red under at the bottom of it.
I would really like now in future moments to have them a moment where Blake needs to scroll and he doesn't have one. I would like that. That would be a really nice touch.
Unless they're able to fix it, but yeah.
I mean, sure, but I think that'd just be a nice touch. Like when Ruby lost her scroll back in Volume 3.
Yeah.
She had to get Suns, but granted, that was more like instant, whereas this will like to like next volume at some point. She doesn't have a scroll anymore.
Doesn't have a scroll.
One thing, again, and a lot of things people like I've noticed a few
See you back.
Little things I have problems with this episode. One thing I've noticed a lot of people mentioning is like everyone's like, has an earpiece apparently.
What was that? Sorry.
Like everyone has an earpiece.
Oh, earpiece. Yeah.
And to me, it's like. That one I can at least rationalize because like Tara's communications expert, she probably can get them.
Yeah.
Or whose scrolls might have an attachment we can do. Like, I don't know. Like
it might be some like Bluetooth sort of device thing.
Yeah, it's just funny how everyone just had
to the scroll. Yeah.
Whereas like I think you could have had them talk on the scroll, but oh well. That was again nitpicky kind of stuff, to say the least. and now we get into
Yeah.
well, also, like, they call up Yang first. She's like, well, what's going on? She doesn't know, and she'll end up driving off.
Yeah, so
to the
she
tower.
headed off over to them. So that was a little bit after, of course, when Blake got ambushed by Adam. So she's probably going to rock up just as they're fighting down the bottom.
Yes.
I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the last scene, I think, before, like, the flashback. Or the flash to, like, the events.
Go back to what happened.
You know
with
what?
Blake.
You guys know what I mean.
Yep. Yeah.
And this was really cool. I really like this, and the more I think about it, like, a lot of people these days will be like, oh, we don't see enough of this character, we don't see enough of this character. It's like, we all just remember that we saw Adam once in Volume 2, only twice in Volume 3,
Yep.
not in Volume 4, and only twice in Volume 5. He's at least been consistent. It's not like we're not, it's not like, you know, or like how we saw Roman twice in Volume 1.
Yeah.
Only saw him once in Volume 2. Like, it's not an uncommon thing to not see our villains.
Yeah.
But it just feels like because of the whole, because RWBY now is so much about, like, because, like, RWBY, like, you know, because RWBY since Volume 4 was all about, like, cutting back and forth between the stories. People are like, oh, we don't see enough of this character, this character. It's like, it's always been a commonplace not to see some characters for a long time. So it's just funny how people, like, always just go on, oh, since Volume 4, bleh.
Yeah.
But, like, we haven't seen, like, villains haven't been a major part of the story apart from Cinder, Emerald, and Mercury.
And when you think about it as well, and like how we discussed last week as well too, that we had the Adam character short at the start, which was a really big thing, all focused on Adam. And that's basically, I think, in my opinion, just for him being in the volume, really, and that was prior to the volume, that was really focused on him. And then we had that very brief scene in Chapter 1, but then we've had Blake and Yang talking about Adam and seeing Adam throughout
this
the
volume
volume
more than any other volume. It doesn't feel like it, but he actually has.
So it sort of was leading up to this confrontation that it was going to happen. It was all sort of set up over the period of volume, even in the intro with them thinking about Adam as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, the point of him showing up now was almost the point that he was stalking her. He wasn't meant to be being seen.
I waited so long for you to be away from them.
We weren't meant to know where he is.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll go into it too much here. I made a big tweet thread about it the other day, which no one saw. Sad face. That was actually funny. I was like, you know, I'm going to type this out. Type 2 tweets. You know what? No, you know what? I can't get my words out right. 2 days later. You know what? I'm finally going to do it. Right, type it out. And then like a day later. Okay, no one saw that. Okay, that was.
I don't know if I did. Sorry,
No, it's alright.
Check my phone at work.
When you tweet out when you do a bunch of tweets like that, people just don't pay much attention to that kind of stuff. Fine. But I'll recap kind of what I said in that thread. I really like Adam. Really like Adam. Granted, there aren't many characters I don't like in this show. Yes, he's a scum. Yes, he's a to-be-hated character. Like, you're not meant to like him. He's not meant to have redemption. You're not meant to sympathize with him. You're not.
No.
But a lot of people don't like him for writing purposes. A lot of people don't like him for voice acting purposes. A lot of people don't like him just because they have their own agendas and don't like that kind of character, which I won't even comment on why I don't think that's appropriate for shows, but regardless. Like, I really like Adam because he adds a darkness to the show. You know, he adds a lot of potential, he adds a lot of other stuff, and
The thing that I like about Adam, and I said I like about Adam because I don't like the character Adam.
You're not meant to. I don't like the character.
The reason, the thing I do like about him is he's different to the other villains in a way that he has an absolute personal agenda against Blake from day one. So Cinder didn't until, of course, the fall of Beacon, but Blake and Adam have had this thing going since before the even series started.
Yes.
And it's sort of, it can seen over the period of time, the little snippets we've had of Adam, that it's become an obsession for him. He's been absolutely obsessed with Blake, and he's of the opinion if he can't have her, then no one can have her, sort of thing. It's that very dangerous obsession, which you don't usually get to see that in shows because it's dark and it's horrible.
Yeah, and it's a topic they don't like to touch on because it's a sensitive topic, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't like Adam for personal reasons because of experiences they've had in their real life.
Yeah.
Which I get that. I get that's why I don't like a character because, I've had this in my real life.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't want to see this character on screen.
Exactly. It's just, it gives you the vibes.
I get that. I do get that. But I like about it because Adam, a character that people say is a bad character, and again, I understand, they didn't handle him super well in Volume 5. A lot of his aura wasn't kept too well. But, he went from, a justice-seeking... this is more like assuming. A justice-seeking, good person that Blake actually liked, and the two cared for each other.
Yep.
Then, over time, became darker and became more of a manipulator.
Mm-hmm.
Could argue he was always a manipulator. I enjoy the story more if they were actually...
I think it's happened over time.
We're a good couple at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, even if that was like a bunch of two 14-year-olds or whatever,
well, they were just pretty good friends,
whatever.
And it developed into a relationship as he was becoming more manipulative.
Yeah.
So.
Then he kind of, he let Blake go. He let Blake go once. And he was fine with that. He just wanted to focus on the White Fang stuff.
Well, I don't think he was fine with it at all, actually. I think that when the opportunity came up about Beacon and everything, just after she left, it came an opportunity for him, and he'd been brooding over Blake the whole time. So when they had that confrontation in Volume 3, it all came to a head there.
Well, the reason why I say that, I said that is just because, like, one, like, he said a few times now, like, he said in this episode, I'll let you go once.
Yeah.
He did let Blake go on the train, and then in volume 3, he, the lieutenant asks him, do you want us to find her or not? And he's like, forget it. It's time I return to Mistral. Like, he felt like at that point he had more important things to do with the White Fang than Blake. So he kind of let her go. At least he valued the Blake and White Fang to the same degree. He realized both were important.
Yeah.
And then, when he was forced into this position, he took, okay, well, if I'm being forced now to do this stuff for Cinder and not for the White Fang, then, well, I know Blake happens to be there, because I assumed he did know where Blake was at most times. Okay, he at least knew that she was at Beacon. At least.
Yeah, I heard of that.
And then, chose that moment to confront her and stuff, and then all the other stuff happens, and he ends up, just he evolves a lot throughout the series. I feel like maybe not well, but he does evolve. He does change.
Yeah, he does change.
And now he's
obsession that we've seen.
And he's come to this person where he's lost the White Fang. He's lost his agenda. So now he has nothing left.
No.
But Blake, it's the last lingering thing he can kind of deal with. And he blames Blake for a lot of he blames Blake for everything. Which and to a degree, he's not granted he's not right, but he's not wrong at the same time. Blake has cost him a lot of things.
Though also it's his obsession with Blake which has cost him a lot of things. He could have just let it go.
I know.
But nope, he didn't.
But I know when I see this episode, when I see next episode, and I see everyone's reactions, no one's going to be on Adam's side. I'm not saying anyone should be, but I'm just saying that he does have some points.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're right, but I'm just saying it's like I can at least see where the guy's delusionally coming from.
Yeah.
I guess.
In his mind, it's all justifiable to him, but it's in his warped mind, and he thinks. But
like we said, he says like I've waited so long for you to be away from them. So like, pretty much proves like he probably was on the train. The illusion of Yang though probably wasn't real because obviously that was the wrong outfit.
Yeah, no, I think he's been following them, but to the point where they have not seen him at all. Yeah, or even if he was a bit behind after the train, like he may have come across them later. I don't know, but he's definitely been following them.
I imagine the idea that he has the bandana rather than the mask, probably because obviously if he had the mask, he'd be noticed.
Yeah.
But without the mask, he people might not know who he is. That's why he just doesn't have the mask.
I don't know. I think there's definitely something to do with the ribbon. I've seen some people mentioning that perhaps it was the ribbon that Blake threw away on the ship.
It wasn't the one. It wasn't that. It may have been a ribbon.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that ribbon.
No, because I don't know how he would have gotten that. But Blake's and Aaron have confirmed that she had like a whole closet full of ribbons. Okay.
It wasn't one sentimental ribbon, which I always liked the idea of it being, but it wasn't. She had a bunch of ribbons. It wasn't a sentimental thing of just the one. She had a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So he has that, and then, he even mentions later, like, why just come in my life and ruin everything? Because without Blake, he would have rose to the ranks of the White Fang, probably became the leader, and just done everything he did. At this point doesn't view that relationship was ever worth it.
Yeah.
And Blake has a point as well. Obviously, like, you stalked me across Anima.
Yeah, exactly. You followed me. You could have just.
But that's what I mean. There's points to both sides. I'm on Blake's side. I'm agreeing with Blake. I'm just saying he's got again a delusional, but he still has a point.
Yeah.
delusional or not. Again, playing devil's advocate here, as I always do. Then we had the fight. It was nice. It was short. A little fast, but
I really enjoyed it. I thought it flowed really well, and yeah, it's he was able to keep up with her so quickly when she was using a semblance to move around. He was able to keep up, and the fact that like he used the back of his sword at one point to shoot at her, and another point when he grabs her around the neck, and there were a few good things here. A lot of people were saying, like Adam, like. Because like obviously there was a big thing in the Battle of Haven that a lot of characters were jump cutted around everywhere without making sense. Like this one, and people were accusing this scene of doing the same thing, but to me it was more like, no, it's like they had Adam at a point, cut to Blake, and then Blake got somewhere else, and just in that time Adam also got there. Yeah, he was able to keep up. Yeah,
it wasn't like him being, put everywhere where it was convenient. It was just we didn't see him getting to these places. There's a difference.
It was more focused on Blake, and that makes sense because the story is focused on Blake at this point. So we're following Blake and her side of this. We're not seeing Adam and and that side.
Another nice little revelation in this scene is that Adam's semblance has seemingly evolved. To where he can kind of use Moonslice without necessarily taking damage. Like he can kind of charge it himself, just because how frequently he was using it. That was a nice, whether it was intentional or not, or it was just like an oversight. I like to justify it as someone's involved. It was a nice little touch there.
And he completely glows red as well. Like all of him glows red when he uses it too.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, I like, again, just because they have dark, I like the grabbing of the throat. I think that was a nice, just to emphasize how dark their relationship is. The falling over the railing looked a bit dumb, but. I don't know. That was me. Maybe everyone else liked it. It looked a little silly to me.
Yeah, I think it was one way to get them off the tower. So otherwise, they kept fighting on the tower.
No, I don't mind them doing it. I think they could have animated it better.
Maybe, yeah.
What I said.
Bad landing strategy.
Cats don't always land on their feet apparently.
No.
No,
and surprisingly, the auras didn't break with that either. So.
Yeah. Well, I think because it's got a lot of fight to go, they probably didn't want to just have the auras break.
The thing is, the auras are pretty strong, I'd say, for the two of them.
And auras don't seem to seem to be quite resilient to to impact damage like that. Like that doesn't seem to RWBY had the same more fall and was fine. Like those don't really seem to affect aura all that much. That's why they can jump from crazy heights and land without breaking their aura. I think just that full damage, shall we say, doesn't affect aura too much seemingly.
Yeah.
I like that, Blake still even one last time was like, just let this go.
Let the past go.
And again, devil's advocate here. Adam kind of has a little bit of a point where it's like you just want to throw what good times we did have away.
Our memories away. And Blake's moving on from the relationship,
I know that,
so should he.
I was still like, oh man, that's still a little sad. Regardless of him being, I don't know. Again, I know I'm playing devil's advocate. I know I'm defending the undefendable. I get that. That's just how I enjoy storytelling. I don't enjoy storytelling by hating people, even if they're meant to be hated.
Adam is not redeemable.
No, he's not.
Things that he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, for everything that he's done, he just, of course, can't let it go.
Yeah. I just defend Adam because he is criticized so much.
Yeah.
Really. Because a lot of people was like, oh, he's, yeah. I don't know. I'm wasting my own energy here doing it. I know that, but I enjoy the story more if I like every character I see on screen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, again, delusional I am.
No, I still enjoyed all of it. As much as I don't like Adam, I really enjoyed this particular scene. I actually thought his voice acting was good. It was an improvement from what we've seen in the past. Because I always found his voice acting a little odd. But I quite liked it in these scenes, yeah.
Yeah, and I like how it's like, yeah, I'll let you go once, Blake. I'm never letting that happen again. I'm gonna, cut you down here so that
basically, if no one else, if I can't have you, no one else can have you.
Yeah. And I really like, and I really like that. Like it left us off with there's more fighting to come. It isn't like leaving us on a cliffhanger. This is gonna be more of a fight. Like there's going to be more of a fight.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because I wasn't super satisfied with the fight.
It's definitely going to keep going. Yeah.
The big question obviously now is, what is going to come of this?
Well, I only think one of them's going to walk away from this. I'm just hoping it's Blake.
Yeah.
But I definitely think there's a good chance of Adam dying in this. also as a character, he doesn't have anything else from this. Like, his main purpose in the story has been character development for both Blake and Yang. So where's it going to go from here now is the thing. So I definitely could see him dying in this, if not in this chapter, in this volume anyway. So,
Again, this is another thing where a lot of people want him to die just because they don't like Adam.
I just think it's more...
I hate that mentality.
Nah, I think it's more for the story.
Like a waste. He's a 6-year built character. Yeah. And just because you don't like him, get rid of him, like, that's such a waste.
Nah.
You know, it was like Jean not being a big character in Volume 5. Felt like such a waste to me. Such a built character.
Hey, Nightwalker, all good. But we're just discussing the last scene with Blake and Adam. Yeah. And I think
I do agree
his
with the last
story is coming to an end. And it's not coming from me not liking him or anything. I think his story does come to an end. I think his story is coming to an end. I don't see anything further else they could do with him as such. It's coming to an end.
The last thing he can do is to die to redeem Yang. So Yang
he's not going to let it go. He's not just going to let go of the past and go live as a farmer or something.
Yeah, so that was another thing too.
Yeah.
Much like Puro and like Ren implied back in Volume 1, Aura can act like a sixth sense.
Yep.
It can act as if seeing things even if you can't actually see them. So he's probably just like, that's probably... So it could be blind for all we know. Like,
it could possibly be blind. I'm thinking maybe not fully blind, but there's something with his eyes that he's hiding, because it wouldn't just be for us not to see what's going on. Like, people still think he has silver eyes. I don't see why he would hide that. I think there's some scars, also some damage to his face, which he wants to hide. Yeah,
or it's just like, maybe it's like, cause it's so damaged, like, even like wind and shit and snow would hurt it, so he just keeps it covered to keep it like covered.
The other thing, his mask, which Dawn's wearing, of course, has eye holes. So, you know...
Sure.
Yeah.
That's true as well. Well, that could just be symbolism because all the rest of them have eye holes.
Yeah, but I just think, like, if he was completely blind and didn't need his eyes, he didn't have to put eye holes in the mask.
That's true.
So.
I think we'll find out, regardless.
I think we're going to find out this chapter about his eyes.
I do really like...
he cuts the ribbon or something.
There's a few ideas that people have been throwing around that I really like. I like the idea when Blake sees Adam's eyes, kind of has a slight moment of remembering who he used to be.
Yeah.
Kind of like seeing into him, the old person he used to be.
Oh, the Blake scene, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like just for a split second. I'm not saying like she's gonna fall back in love with the guy.
No.
But just for a split second, kind of like realize what she's doing and kind of then start to question it throughout the rest of the fight or something like to that degree. Idea of Yang losing her other arm or just losing like her road arm being damaged.
I saw a thing on Twitter actually. I think it was Calaxian mentioned like how they go off a cliff or something and Blake saves Yang and then Adam's trying to attack Yang. He's hanging onto her arm and she just lets her robot arm go and he falls off the cliff.
Yeah. That's a good possibility. Exactly. Like the idea that they maim Adam and take his horns, like take his faunus feature from him.
I saw someone saying that how Yang did on the train with the green by horns. Like if she throws Adam around by his horns.
Someone say Blake loses an ear, like Blake loses a faunus feature. I think it'd be a good touch. I think that'd be a nice little character too to have like a notched ear or like half an ear.
Or even like a little cut out of it or something. Even.
Yeah, I think that'd be a nice little touch. I think Carly has a cut in her ear. I think. I could be wrong. I thought she did.
She does, and she has.
Which is a very common thing in cats. Cats often lose little nicks of their ear.
Yeah.
Just on stuff, and like they would just like rip little triangles out of their ear. It's very common.
Yeah,
I think my cat has a nick in his ear.
Yeah, because they can also get into fights as well. Quite often, cats are really involved in fights.
I think other little details. I would like that if Adam's going to die. I wanted like for Yang to finally get a semblance back. This seems like a really good time for her to
to use her semblance because she has it. She just hasn't used it.
Well, yes, and maybe they finally got like the fire animation good for her hair.
Yeah,
it'd be really cool. I'd like if she like absorbed a moon slice and actually kind of or absorbed it, and that's what super powered up her aura rather than her cutting her arm off this time. That would be cool, actually. Yeah. I'd like for her to come into this fight and be very hesitant at first. And then go Super Saiyan, and that's when she actually gets into the fight.
I'm hoping, though, she doesn't use her semblance just because of using it. I'm hoping it comes to a point where it's used correctly, you know, not her just falling back on it as such, like she used to, or her getting really angry and then using it. I hope she actually fights smartly And just as she was trained by time, and how she's been fighting recently, fighting really well and smartly, and just using it at the right moment, to turn the fight.
I definitely get that. Definitely agree with you.
I'm hoping we get to see it, but I'm also hoping we kind of don't get to see it as well, in a way.
Yeah.
So I was just saying how it goes.
I was just hoping for something the opposite.
Yeah.
I would love for Yang to take the role of the Beast, and for her to go. No, don't laugh at me. I'm being serious.
I get what you mean. Okay, I'll stop.
But I would love for her to go like, go full Super Saiyan, get really angry, end up killing Adam, and then kind of having like this kind of like Blake almost like then like almost like getting the same idea of Adam and Yang, like just seeing her get that angry and kind of get that.
That's true.
Crazy. And then they have to sort out that Beauty and then they're the ones that sort of the real Beauty and the Beast kind of thing, rather because obviously Beauty and the Beast was always Adam and Blake's idea, but they never really acted on any of the ideas of that concept. But it'd be cool then for that to move on to Blake and Yang, and then like Yang's the Beast that Blake kind of has to kind of just like get through to and kind of calm her down, like a semblance kind of takes over or something to that degree. Yeah, like kind of like a Hulk thing in the Avengers films or something like that. And the last thing I would really like is I hope at first, and this is maybe really just kind of out there, I would love for if Adam dies for Blake to get really upset at herself.
Yeah, well, yeah, she'll blame herself for it. Absolutely.
Yeah, like just realize what she's done. She's killed someone that at one point meant so much to her. Yeah. And Yang either not understand that because Yang would only understand hating Adam, or something like that. But I would love if like Blake kills her and then almost breaks down. Because also this is like, granted, Blake of all them has killed people in the past, likely. But I'd like this to really mean a lot to her, and also for Yang's PTSD to come up in some degree as well. But I think I mentioned that. Yeah. So those are all the little tiny things that, not all of them obviously, or any of them could happen, but those are all a bunch of little things I'd love to happen.
Yeah, well, I can definitely see her blaming herself, and also like saying, actually, this is what you made me do, basically, because I don't know, or you brought me to this point too. Oh, I don't know.
It's also one of those things where, can you imagine either of them actually killing Adam? Because right now I can't really.
I'm thinking he could.
I think they will, but I'm saying I can't imagine them doing it, and I don't. I like the idea of like, I don't want Adam just to die, just cause, or get himself killed. I want him to be killed. I don't want him to fall off a cliff. I don't want him to actually end up killing himself accidentally. Like, I want him to be killed. I think he needs to be killed.
I could also see something happening with that they probably hurt him to a point where he's severely injured and so look, just let it go, this is the end, and then he does something which does end up resulting in his death, whether he tries to fight him back or something.
Like they tried one last time to let him go, and then he one attack and then Yang just jumps in and kills him to save Blake or something like that. That's great. Yeah, I think that's what they will end up doing. But I just like I
can definitely see either Blake or Yang getting injured in this too, and that really concerns me. Maybe they'll need Sean, come help, heal, like you did with Weiss. Yeah. Oh, God.
Still mad we never got a scar thing with Weiss. Oh. Damn it. A stomach scar thing with Weiss. Oh, well. Maybe, hopefully when RWBY loses a rival, we'll get a scar thing of those two.
No. Maybe it's not losing your eye. I don't like that idea.
But in terms of the mech fight, it'd be really cool to see if they take a bunch of influence from like the painting the town fight. Yeah, obviously it's a lot bigger of a mech. But really cool to see that. Cool to see like Junior and Weiss and RWBY and Crow all work to take that out while that other fight's happening. Do you think those two stories are going to be the rest of the volume?
I don't think so. I can't really see them stretching it past over 2 chapters. So I think it's definitely going to be 10 and maybe a bit of 11, and then something else is going to happen for the finale.
You mean 11?
I mean 11 and 12 and then 13.
Will be something else. Blah, blah. Okay.
Yeah. I just don't see it going over 3 chapters.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. I don't know about Cordo dying.
I just think she'll get dishonorably discharged by Ironwood.
I think she'll just get defeated by them, and they'll leave her like in a smoking hole mess of a mech or something.
Then I think like I'm like fire or demote or something to that degree.
Don't know.
Or Winter or
I don't think she'll die. I think more they'll defeat the mech and everything, so she's no longer a threat. But
yeah. I think I probably want them to drag it out because I want them to have like a really long fight in the show.
Yeah. Well, we've got
But,
two really big fight scenes here, so how they're going to pace it will be interesting in this volume. They're going to cut in between the two, or have it the mech fight at the start and Adam Blake at the end, or vice versa. Be interesting how they pace it.
For the finale, I think the best finale they've done, I think in terms of just, I think was the volume 4 finale. How, like, the first half of it was the end of the fight, or the fight and the end of the fight, and then you had all the story stuff after that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the
which is what they did in Volume 3 as well. They did the same finale in Volume 3.
That's true, they did.
They did the same thing in Volume 2, but it didn't work as well.
No.
And in Volume 1, they had the opposite. They had all the story stuff, then the fight and the actual episode. And then in Volume 5, they just had a mess. They had a very short mess.
I don't know if Winter will show up. I believe she's in Atlas. But...
yeah, I don't know. Elizabeth, I still remember her saying something about this volume, but maybe it was cut.
Don't know.
Or something.
Or it could be when they arrive in Atlas. Beck was thinking that we'll actually see them arrive in Atlas in the finale.
Yeah, much like we arrived in Mistral at the end of Volume 4.
Yeah. So there is
but it's still a long way. Like, a lot of stuff could happen on the flight, though. That's my thing, is that it's still... like, they were very close to Mistral at the end of Volume 4, but they're not actually really close to Atlas at all.
No, there's still quite a bit to go. Yeah.
Yeah. But this episode, again, there were a lot of nitpicky stuff, but I did quite like it. I like what it sets up towards more than anything. And I like a lot of the callbacks to earlier RWBY with the mechs and Adam. It's all like really nice call, like John being back to normal.
It's tying up a lot of things, like a lot of little mini stories.
Crow's arc. It's tying up Crow's arc from this volume. Ties up Blake and Adams from the whole series. Ties in Cordovan and Argus stuff, which we've just gotten into. So, I'm really
Hey, Artful, welcome.
I'm really looking forward to where this episode leads us to, which we'll get tomorrow morning, of course.
Yeah, I'm really nervous for it. And I'm excited, but I'm also really nervous and stressing as well over what's going to happen, because I feel like something bad's going to happen, but also something good. I don't know. I just it's a weird feeling. I'm conflicted.
Yeah. Again, I'm just a sucker for... I just hope they go down the dark road, whatever they do what they want to do. Like, and this was something that I wanted to mention with Adam before that I didn't get to, because I was flustered. I didn't want to drag on too much about it, but I'll get to it now. Miles and Carrie have always, at panels and stuff, always been like, they hate Adam as much as the rest of us, much as a lot of other people do. Yeah. Like, I like Adam probably more than the writers do. Which, as someone myself who's done a lot of role-playing characters, written a lot of stories, stuff like that, you eventually get to a point where sometimes you just don't enjoy characters anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that's just what's happened with Adam, like with Volume 5. Like, they just don't enjoy writing Adam anymore. Or they just don't enjoy his character.
I also think that Monty planned this from the start.
Yes.
And that this whole story arc with Blake and Adam, I can definitely see it being a Monty plan from the get-go, because it's been over the whole series so far from start to finish, and that he had in mind what he wanted to happen with Blake and Adam. So I definitely
I hadn't considered that. That's a good point.
Yeah, so I think it's already been planned from the start what's going to happen. It's just now we're actually going to get to see it actually come into fruition now. Yeah. So I bet he already had a plan already, because it's just one of those things from the start. Like, he already knew what was going to happen with Pura. I definitely think he already knew what was going to happen with Blake and Adam from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely. Just maybe it might not have been happening physically in Argus, who knows? But it was definitely going to happen at some point. It's just when and where and getting there. So yeah, it is really hard to pick the outcome. I think it's definitely going to be end of Adam's arc. It's just how it comes to be is going to be
If there's any way,
different ways.
If there's any way that Adam would live on through this, what do you think, if anything, he would do after this would be?
He'd probably keep following Blake. I don't think he'll let it go. Yeah. I don't see him going back to the White Fang. Not with Gear and the gang now doing the new movement, and they wouldn't accept him into the new movement. Well, maybe they might try it and might accept him into it, but I don't see him going back and doing it. I just don't see him doing that.
What do you think are the chances that Adam has already done something horrible and has something of Carly, something of Gira, something of Sons on him, and shows
no.
He already did something before.
Possibly. That'd be horrible.
God, I'm a sick boss. I love that.
It's something he would do though. Like I could definitely going out.
I'm just a sucker for stories that make sense to the characters. Like I just want Adam to be as dark as I think he should be.
He wants to inflict as much pain as he can on Blake for betraying him. So I can definitely see him doing something like that, but I hope not. Yeah, exactly. Not look and no. Yeah, exactly. No.
Yeah, I know. It's a weird thing with darker characters where it's like, I want them to be as dark as they're meant to be, as sad as that. As that sounds, I just want the story to be the best it can be.
Yeah.
And I think for Adam's story to be the best it can be, it needs to be as dark as it can be. Which again, if you're someone who enjoys the story like I do, which is just like enjoying every aspect of it, even the bad things, then that's what you'd want. If you're someone who loves the story just for the characters, then you obviously want Adam to die and nothing bad to ever happen.
Yeah.
It just depends how you enjoy your media, I guess, how you enjoy your storytelling. And I enjoy my storytelling by just being as good as it can be, even if that means the villains win.
We want it to be... I think we all want this episode to be shocking. Either it's in a good way or bad way. We want it to be like, oh my god, did that just happen sort of thing.
Not even
and
this episode.
And be satisfied of the ending.
And not even this episode, but just the Adam...
Adam.
Like, stuff, or the Cordova stuff, just
it's like I was having a chat to my mum about it the other day. It's been one of those moments that's been coming, and it's such an important part of Blake and Yang's story moving forward as well. They need to nail it, and I have confidence that they will nail this, and it will be perfect, and it'll be satisfying, and it'll be awesome. Lead up to further events later on down in the story.
No, I don't think he'll have any sort of redeeming arc or anything like that. And I don't know. I don't think we'll necessarily see Cinder and Neo trap up. I think Cinder and Neo could still be more long term.
Possibly, but I think it is possible. And they're still been hinting that the finale is going to be a really big event. But I don't think it'll be Cinder and Neo. But
I just saw a tweet from Melanie, the assistant lead animator. She's now hyping up this episode, which means that she's animated stuff.
Yeah,
which means
his fight scene. It's going to be the mech fight as well as the Blake and Adam fight. Just how they're going to pace it, but they've been really, really good with pacing. I thought Chapter 9 was paced really well. The fact that we didn't actually see the Blake and Adam fight till the end, rather than seeing it in between.
Chapter 10. You mean?
Chapter 10. What did I say?
9.
Ugh. I get confused with the chapters. Chapter 10...
You keep thinking everything's an episode behind.
I know. So Chapter 10, like, I liked how that was paced, because they could have shown the Blake and Adam bit in the middle there, then cut back, and then back, and that would have been, I think, too messy.
I definitely liked how they cut... Yeah, I definitely like how they cut back to it later.
I like how they cut back to it at the end. So, in answer to your question, Artful, it's just one of those end credit scenes that it happened, but... we're not going to get any reference to it yet. So, I think...
still hope so, but I don't know if it's...
I don't think it's going to be this volume. So, I think later on when we see Raven again, it's going to be important. But we probably might not get that to next volume.
Yeah. Raven has a habit of having end credit scenes that don't lead anywhere.
Yeah. Possibly Nightwalker in the wrap-up of the finale, that we might see a scene, or even the end credit scene of Cindo and Neo. That will make sense, actually, the end credit scene, to be them. Yeah. Either arriving or Atlas or something.
I'm still very excited for the potential Cinder versus Neo versus Ruby triple threat fight.
Is that the shipping name, Ninda?
No, I just dyslexic and can't.
What is their shipping name? They would have one. I don't know.
Probably melted ice cream or something.
Melted ice cream.
I can look it up.
I'm sure they've got it.
I have the entire spreadsheet right here.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'll be interested to see. Smoke and Mirrors. Thank you. Is it Hawaniwa? Thank you. Smoke and Mirrors.
That sounds about right.
A long time ago, it was called Baked Alaska. Oh yeah, that does sound familiar. Baked Alaska.
No, that's Neo. That's Neo and Yang.
Oh, is that Neo and Yang?
I thought that might be what that. Maybe they were used to call that, and that was changed.
Yeah, that's what it is saying. Yeah.
Okay, before, but okay, there you go. I still don't get that name. I think think that is like a melted ice cream treat. I don't even know.
I think it is.
Waiting for the spreadsheet to load because it's dying.
Smoke and Mirrors does sound right. Yeah.
I'm
also Spice Cream. Spice Cream.
I imagine they'll have probably a few of them because a ship like that probably has a few different names.
Yeah. They usually do. They'll be like the main one, and then there's a couple other sub ones underneath.
Yeah, so Melted.
Yeah.
Smoke and Mirrors.
Yeah.
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
Hello again.
Naughty
Thank you
Nurses.
for the follow out for. What was that, sorry?
Naughty Nurses.
Naughty Nurses.
Fried Ice Cream and Spice Cream.
Yeah, fried ice cream, ice cream.
Yeah, so those are those ones.
Oh, baked Alaska's and ice cream with whipped cream on fire. Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I knew it was something to that degree, but I just wasn't necessarily certain. But regardless, yeah, so a little nitpicky, but I did enjoy this episode, and I think it's really good setup for what's to come. And I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for what's up next, and the title and stuff still hasn't been leaked
No,
yet.
we haven't got the title and thumbnail. Oh.
It'll probably be out like when I'm at work. That's typically what happens.
Yeah, if I see it, I'll message it to you.
Yeah.
And for those watching too, I do have a spoiler chat in my Discord, so we always link that in there. And there's a specific chat for the preview if you want to talk about the preview in there too, because we don't discuss that on here because I don't watch the preview.
Yeah, yes, there were a few different previews that came out for this week's episode. A lot of people hyping it up, a lot of people hyping other stuff in RWBY this week.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's going. Hopefully, it's cool to see, like, especially I remember I watched the RWBY episode.
Yeah.
This past week, and just reminding myself that a lot of it, despite Genlock, a lot of people still really work hard and really love RWBY, and it still gets a lot of attention to it. It just, for now, everyone's obviously hyped on Genlock because apparently it's so good and they work so hard on it, and years in the making, and all these voice casts, and like, nah, it'll be fine. It'll be good. I know
It'll be good.
I know it will be, but
I'm excited for Genlock, though I admit I am more excited for the RWBY finale.
Yeah, I'm just blind and biased right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm just focusing all that on that. But with a similar animation style, it might be cool to maybe draw some stuff from Genlock, but we'll see. See if I get the energy to.
Really, Chase? Is that what it? Maybe that's what it is in the UK, perhaps.
Yeah, I think it's a few different. Things.
Genlock cameo and RWBY.
No, the mech had nothing to do with Genlock. They confirmed that. It was a complete coincidence.
Apparently, yeah, the mech had nothing to do with Genlock, but I still got Genlock vibes from it.
Sure, but I'm just like, because Yisa, who's on the writing stuff now, was just talking about how like it was just a coincidence that happened.
It's just a coincidence.
Just a coincidence.
This is itchy my ears.
Yeah. But with all that,
how baked Alaska frequently at college?
I think with that, though, I think we're all wrapped up.
Yeah. Anyone have any questions before we finish up the stream?
Yeah, you guys have any more comments, anything like that you want to let us know, please feel free to do so. Very much.
So we go for an hour and 17 minutes.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Remember the robot mech in Red vs. Blue and RWBY Volume 2? Yeah. So there have been...
the mantis from Red vs. Blue. Actually, that actually was quite similar to the mech in Volume 2. I never even thought about that. I guess, was that around the same time? I think that was around the same time. Yeah, there you go. I didn't even think of that. That's a good point.
Yeah. I'm glad we got to see the mech again. Like we said, it's like a... because we know there's this technology in Remnant. We just haven't seen much of it since.
Back to form.
Yeah, so it's good to see them again. Because we also did see the mechs in Volume 3 as well. Or the robotic ones.
Even just seeing the old school robots in the character short was really satisfying.
Yes.
And... yeah, it's just Anima's boring. the bandits were cool. Apart from that, Anima was I preferred Vale and Atlas stuff.
Yeah.
I think Vacchio would be really cool if we get to there eventually.
Well, we will get to Vacchio at some point. I think we just Atlas first and then Vacchio. So we'll meet up with Sun and the gang there.
Then we can go to the Domain of Darkness.
The Domain of Darkness.
What was it? It was the Domain of Light. Was it the Domain of Darkness?
I just said the God of Darkness.
I think it's just the Land of Darkness.
Yeah.
It was the Domain of Light and the Land of Darkness, I believe is what it was.
No, Atlas in Volume 3.
I know. It's been... Well, August is Atlas.
No, we've had Atlas. We had some Atlas in Volume 4, so...
we had...
Well, it was the Shani Mansion.
We had Shani Manor.
The Shani Manor, which was in Atlas.
That was a funny coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, very much looking forward to it. I'm very excited to see where we go from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think, what's the thing? So we're going to go to, I think the next arc is going to be Atlas arc, because this arc that we've had is basically being the Mistral arc with volumes 4, 5, and 6, being the traveling to get to Mistral and then to Argus. It's all been one big arc. So I think the next 3 volumes is going to be Atlas.
I don't think we're going to spend 3 volumes in Atlas.
Never know. I didn't think we'll spend 3 volumes in Mistral either.
I think the series is like 4 or 5 volumes left. I don't think we're going to spend 3 of those.
No.
In Atlas. Don't get me wrong. If they drag it out and they have 3 volumes in Vale, 3 volumes in Mistral, 3 volumes in Atlas, 3 volumes in Vacchio, and then 3 volumes to do with the Land of Darkness, fuck yes. But I just don't think that that's where they're going with it at all. I think Volume has 10 to 12 volumes in its longevity, so I don't think we're necessarily going to get that much time in Atlas.
I see it as a possibility, but yeah.
I want you to be right. I'm just saying, I don't think so. Yeah, I think 2 volumes sounds more on it, because Alice and Solitos are quite small. I don't know if there's really that much they can do with it. Like, you can't travel across Solitos like you can Anima, so you can just get like we only had 1 volume in Mistral, then we had 2 volumes in Anima.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But regardless, I definitely hope we do get enough time. I hope we get enough time that is necessary in each volume to make it satisfying, make it worth being there. I'm definitely excited to see a lot of the Atlas stuff again. So I very much, I very much like that, both in volumes 2, 3, and 4. Like that.
But how do I say that? As long as people watch RWBY, they'll keep making it.
Well, that's in terms of the universe of RWBY, like the
universe.
RWBY,
Yeah, the actual story has an ending.
But the story of the 4 girls does have a set ending. How long it takes them to get to the set ending depends on the writing and production, all that kind of stuff.
And I can definitely see them doing spin-offs of the series, even doing one in Focus on Stark, for example, things like that. So,
yeah, I think they probably had that. Well, yeah, because Reverse Blue went to end after season 5, and they kind of relaunched it, and then did it again after seasons 10. I don't know, they could, but
I think, like, with RWBY, it has a set ending. Like, Monty envisioned an ending of the series, so it does have an end, but it's not going to necessarily be the end of RWBY as such. There will still be other spin-off series and other bits and bobs, so, yeah. There'll still be RWBY stuff. It was just the story has an ending.
We'll have 100 seasons of RWBY Chibi. Actually, no, I don't even think I want that.
I don't know if they will be able to do 100 seasons of RWBY Chibi.
No, they've done it Red vs. Blue, so they'll try. But anyway, I think that's all for... I'm tired. I think that's all for...
I'm yawning. I need to have lunch.
I wish I had lunch. I don't have any food here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, hopefully like a stock,
yes.
something like that, at some point. But regardless, thank you all.
RWBY Chibi 100, Grandma RWBY.
Thank you all, guys, for tuning in. Been good fun, and we'll see you guys for the next stream next week. We're discussing episode 11.
Yes.
Thank
you everyone for watching.
Yeah, if you're watching live, watching the VOD, commenting, lurking, whatever, we really appreciate you. Thank you all for coming out. Despite everything else that was on today, I think we had a really good stream. And thank you. And we're very happy to see you all, guys, next week. Don't forget, everyone, to praise the Wasu as well.
Hang on 1 second. I'm just doing something.
Wait for it.
Hopefully I spelled that correctly. Yep, there you go. Make sure you check out Don's DeviantArt. See,
just posted something this morning, and I'll have another post on Monday.
Yes.
Or Sunday, or time zones, that is the thing. We'll have one.
Praise the great one.
I ain't moving mine again. It's just such a hassle to get her down and up. She's there. You can see her.
Praise Waifu and the great one. Yay.
Okay, I'm going to do something really stupid here.
What are you doing? You going to move her? You're going to move the camera towards her.
Hey, unplug the charger.
God.
No, left as far as
That's as far as it's going. Praise Waifu and the great one. Yay. And we'll see you guys all next week to discuss chapter 11. Hype! Okay. So everyone, thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye. Camera. Bye, guys.
Bye.